Hello friends, welcome to the Saitama Stacker channel. Hey, hope you're having a great day out there, Wolfpack. Things are starting to look up a little bit. Got a little bit of a topsy-turvy news cycle going on this afternoon with Saitama, and we'll go over that. If you're watching my videos for the very first time, please know I only make these videos for entertainment and for community building around the Saitama token. So do your own research before you decide whether or not Saitama or really any other investment is right for you. All right, so I'm going to jump in here. Look what's going on in the fundamentals. There are some things that I kind of was thinking we might start to see, which we are seeing. And so we will jump into that. There also was a little bit of a blip going on in the price of Saitama, as you can see here. This coincides very nicely with some news that came from the development team about basically just missing some expectations when it came to delivering news. We're not talking about making a misstep in an actual deliverable, but just being able to deliver the news, saying we're going to release this news today and not being able to do it. So we'll look at that news and what's causing that. Since that happened, the price of Saitama is actually recovering quite nicely. Let's refresh this and get a quick peek. Okay, so we're about 2/3 of the way back from where we started. So we'll dig into that momentarily. Let's jump in and look at what's going on with fundamentals for Saitama today. So currently the number of holders 263,327, an increase of 1,523 from yesterday. So that is a little bit of an uptick, and this is something we know as we get closer to whatever this event is at the end of the week, whether that's the launch of Saitamask. It sounds like the developers might be in some type of a contract situation with somebody that we expect to be a big deal. And again, we'll be taking a look at that momentarily. So our market cap has dropped back some from yesterday, especially just based on that dip that we just saw in the price of Saitama. We'll see how that recovers. I'm sure it'll be just fine, and maybe created one last opportunity for people to buy a dip before we really start moving in an upwards direction here. So the market cap is currently $3.025 billion, price of 706864. And now here's where I'm saying this is something I do expect to see. Okay, so the volume in the last 24 hours, 42 million. That's more than double what we saw in the last couple of days. Pretty much almost everything on the screen with the exception of yesterday. And we're not quite double that, but back up to 42 million in volume. And we've been much higher than that in the past. Here's 90 million. And we had some that were in excess of 100 and even 200 million back close to the launch of the Saitamask. So that's what can happen if we get a lot of excitement going with the coin. You'll see that volume go up, and I expect to continue to see this rise throughout the week. But that's my opinion. We'll see how it goes. Okay, we have increased a little bit with the volume at the current price. The burn speedometer would now suggest 81 days to burn 1% wholly, which would be about 4.5% annually. The total tokens burned in the last 24 hours, 5,300,000,000,000. So somebody did ask me about the burn, if I would consider making a video that would show hypothetically what the burn will look like. And I've done something, well, if we reach very high volumes, like Shiba Inu has $2 billion in volume daily right now. And so if we had that kind of volume, what would be going on with our burn? Well, it does kind of depend on what's going on with the price. And you have to hold one element in this whole equation constant and move the others. But I think that's kind of an intriguing... So I think that would actually be a pretty intriguing video, knowing that, yes, it's hypothetical, but we do price predictions all the time. So let's look at a burn prediction. That's something I can try to put together this week. So thanks for the suggestion. And always, as community members, let me know what thoughts you have. I'd like to see your your suggestions for what kind of content you think would be interesting to watch. and what will help people in terms of doing their own research to make their own decisions about Saitama. All right, so we're going to kick over to Russell's Twitter feed here, and we'll start with the first one that released earlier today. Now, I've noticed here, you want to be in tweets and replies, not tweets. For some reason, not everything populates in the tweet side, at least in Russell's feed. So if we go down and look at what's going on here, 5 hours ago, Russell says, waiting on one more signature and a few minor changes to the press release. Hang tight, Wolfpack. We'll update y'all ASAP. Boss moves have to be strategic and coordinated. This is the big leagues now. We will have more for you before the night is over. Thanks for your patience. They do have more for us, but it isn't the news that we were hoping to see. Okay, so here about 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, Russell says, thanks for your patience, fam. My hands got tied tonight, unfortunately. Moving forward, we'll just let the updates flow naturally without anticipation. I'll take the hit for that, even though it's out of my control. Event is scheduled, but marketing will be delayed a day. So what he's saying here is that now that we're a large token, okay, we're a top 100 token, we have to be more orderly in the way we do things. And he's admitting here that he got out in front of this one thinking that it was a done deal, but learning that the legal logistics of it, that he basically cannot release the information until whatever contract they're signing is in place. Now, in stocks that are regulated by the SEC, they have specific rules and regulations for how they can release news, because news that's released affects the price of their of the underlying asset. Okay, so in this case, Saitama is our underlying asset. Cryptocurrencies are not regulated, and quite frankly, it's still the wild, wild west out there. So it's just a matter now of the development team learning, okay, he's been burned more than once on this, right? We're still kind of getting burned on KuCoin because we thought that was ready to go almost a month ago, and our side of it is all taken care of, but we have no control over what happens on their side. In this case, I don't know whose signature they're waiting for, but trust me, I've been watching these guys, and Russell specifically, since the middle of August, and every single thing that he said he's going to do, or that they are doing, or that they are working on, with the exception of KuCoin, and I still believe that one's coming, okay? But everything he's ever said they're going to do, they've done, okay? Now, they have had to adjust expectations with Saitamask because we had a launch party thinking we were going to launch, and they let us know a few days before it isn't ready for launch. Why isn't it ready? The software was ready, but the CertiK audit isn't done, okay? So we're still waiting on that. I would anticipate we'll have that soon also. So just know, I think the development team, their hearts are in the right place. They are smart people. They are hardworking people. And I believe they're going to come through with whatever this promise is. I have no worries about that whatsoever. Actually hoping I can get another buy-in before this price runs away, because I'm trying to get my bag back to where it was here a couple weeks ago. So I say take your time, get it done right. Whatever it is that they're working on, waiting an extra day, 2 days isn't going to make any difference. Just hold tight. Nothing has changed fundamentally about the project. And as soon as we have the news and they put it out there to the world, we'll be glad that we were in and holding before the price took off. I've been in this position before, you guys. I bought this originally when it had 9 zeros before the money digits. Now we're 7 zeros. And so it's burned a couple of zeros since I've been in. And there are times where you're just waiting for that catalyst. Well, these are big catalysts, and they are coming. I believe they're coming, okay? That's my opinion. All right, let's look at reflections, and I'll cut you guys loose for the day. So with an increase in volume, I'm also seeing an increase in reflections. My reflections in the last 24 hours were 65,323,000. That brings my total rewards since November 21st, so in about 9 days, to 500 million tokens. So I'm past halfway to 1 billion, and this is looking good. In terms of rewards value, my rewards are worth about $35. If we average that out, multiply this by 3, because that's about a third of a month there, $100 a month on what I have is a pretty good return. So I like what I'm seeing. Hey, folks, I hope you're having an amazing day. Keep your chin up. Keep a smile on your face. Worry about the things that we can control. We're moving into the Christmas season. Start thinking about your family. Start thinking about your friends and your community and what you can do to make the world a happier, better place. We don't have to wait on any good news to start doing good things. Okay, we can do that ourselves at any given time. So I hope you're having a great day. Blessings of love to everybody. Check back with me tomorrow. We'll watch our Saitama stacks grow together.